The basic network device we use in the network is switch and router. Okay, this is the two network device types nowadays we used. And as we know, as a computer system, the switch and the router include the hardware, and then above this hardware, we need to running an operating system. Yeah, operating system, just as the Windows in our laptop, okay, just as the Linux on our servers. And the network device also need an operating system. In Huawei's network device, we running an operating system we called VRP. Okay, then in this chapter, we will introduce the network types, the difference between network types, and then how to access VRP operating system. Okay. Then this is the objective of this chapter. First, we will discuss the network device of switch and the router, and then switch and the router have some difference. Then the difference between Persian domain and the broadcast domains, and then we will learn how to connect to the VRP. Okay. First is the concept of collision domain. As we know, the Ethernet, when the first appeared, the Ethernet is running on the coaxial cable. That means all the device is connected to one cable. Okay, so all the device connect to this line. Only one device can sending data at the same time. Okay, that means if two devices sending data at the same time, then the collision will happen. Okay, so this line, this network, we called one collision domain. Okay, but now we introduce the switch. The switch, the mechanism of the switch is different from the coaxial cable. That means when the device sending data to the switch, when the host sending data to the switch, then the switch will stored in its memory and then detect the destination of this data and then sending to other interface. Of course, before sending to other interface, the switch will detect if this link is idle or not. If idle, then sending. So now we can see the collision domain is becoming small. One link have become a one collision domain. Okay, so the switch, for the switch, one interface is a one collision domain. Okay, and not all switch is a collision domain. That's the difference from the original Ethernet. Okay, different collision domains. The switch separates network to different collision domains, and even more. If this link working at the 4 duplex, that means when host A sending out data to switch, the switch can sending out data at the same time to the host A. That means the two sides can sending data at the same time. Okay, of course, because the switch is introduced, then this cable now is not the coaxial cable. It's a twisted pair. Twisted pair means one line there's 8 small lines, 2 for sending and 2 for receiving. So this line can sending and receiving data at the same time. So the 4 duplex is possible. Okay. So if in the 4 duplex, then the collision disappear. Okay. there's no more collision again. So the switch separates the collision domain, and if running in forward path, then no collision will happen again. Okay, this is the function of the switch. And another device, most widely used device is the router. Okay, the router have separated the broadcast domain. What's the meaning? That when the host A is sending out a broadcast, of course, the switch A will stored, no collision. And what does the switch A deal with this broadcast? The switch A will sending out to all other interface, okay? All other interface. That's a flooding out. So that means a broadcast in one line can receiving by all other devices. So the switch are located in one broadcast domain, okay? In one broadcast domain. But the router is different. The router will accept the broadcast receiving on one interface, but will not forward to other interface, okay? Just means the router receiving broadcast but not forwarding. Of course, in this interface, also receiving and not forwarding. Okay, so the router have many broadcast domains. One interface is one broadcast domain. Okay, yeah, this is a function of the router. The router separated the broadcast domain. Okay, and then we go to the VRP. Both the switch and the router are running the operating system we call the VRP. The VRP is the software running in the hardware, okay, and provides the functions such as the routing, such as the switching, okay. Provide the functions of the network layer. That's the function of the TCP/IP protocols, and also provide the function of the data link layer. Okay, and also the VRP provide many other functions such as the security, such as the network management, provide the management interface to network managers, network administrators. Okay, also provide the functions of WLAN, use the Wi-Fi. Okay, and other UTM. UTM means universal threat management. That means also the function of the security. Okay, this is the VRP, and the VRP is invented in 1998. Okay, then from then on, I think about 20 years passed. Okay, so there's different versions of VRP. The version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 5 and version 8. And nowadays, is widely used the Huawei device running version 5 and version 8. All the previous versions nowadays disappeared. Okay, not used again. Okay, and version 5 and version 8 is running on different device. Okay, nowadays the AR router, the access router, okay, AR router is running version 5, and other campus switch, the X700 serial switch is running VRP version 5. Okay, and others version 8, the NE router. Okay, this is the modular router of Huawei's product. It's running on a chassis. Okay, this router is using VRP 8, and other switch, the data center switch, the CE switch, okay, is also running version 8. Okay, version 8. The version 8 provides more functions such as virtualization. Nowadays, we use virtual machines on computers, on servers, and so on. Then VRP 8 provides virtualization functions. And also VRP 8 provide a function of multi-chassis device, running on multi-chassis device. Okay, the bigger routers, one router contain many chassis. Okay, this is the VRP 8 and the VRP 5. And in the latest class, we will discuss VRP 5. And the interface between VRP 5 and VRP 8 is almost the same. There's a little difference. Okay, there's a small difference. Okay, and then this is a router. This is the AR router. Okay, using version 5, and this is the campus switch SX700. That's the 5.7. It's one model, one series of the campus switch. And router and the switch, when first time you need to configure this device, you need to connect physically to the device. Usually we use the console port. Okay, usually we use the console port. But some device, such as in this router, AR router, also provide another connection. That's the mini USB interface. Okay, you can also use mini USB to connect to this router and then configure it. Okay, then first you can use the serial lines using connect to console port. In this serial line, we use a standard that RS232. Okay, this is a serial port. Okay, and after serial port connection, the computer just worked as a terminal system. Okay, then you can connect to router, and then the router will prompt for you, and then you can type in the command. And of course, nowadays we use a computer. It's not an truly it's a terminal. Then we can use a terminal emulation software. Okay, the terminal emulation software just emulates a terminal on your computer, and then if you're running, of course, there are many terminal emulation softwares. The Windows ever include a terminal emulation software that's the Hyper Terminal. Okay, the configuration is almost the same. If you enter into the emulation software, then first you should figure out which serial ports are used. Okay, of course, depending on the interface, you connect the console port, connect the console line. Okay, on which port, just use this port number. Okay, and then the parameters of the console interface, the serial interface, you need to configure. By default, the Huawei's device use speed 9,600 bps, and then the data bit is 8, and the stop bit is 1, and then finished. If all these parameters, the interface is correct and the parameter is correct, then the terminal emulation software will appear a window. This window just emulates the terminal, and under this window you press return, and then something will prompt for you. In this example, prompt the first, you need to configure the password. Okay, password for the device. Okay, you can configure Huawei and some others. Okay, and then after you configured, then there's a prompt for you, and after this you can type in command Okay, this is the command line interface of the VRP. Okay, this is the one method. Okay, another method is use the USB. Okay, mini USB. On the router, there's another interface. That's the mini USB. And then you use a USB line and connect to your computer. Okay. After your connection, then we also need a software. Okay. But the USB connection, you first need to install a driver. Okay. This driver you can download from the Huawei's official website. Okay. Then, if you download this driver, then you install it. Of course, there's a wizard for installation, and then next, and then finished. Okay. After install this driver, then in your computer, this driver will install a virtual serial interface. Yeah, virtual serial interface. It's a serial interface, but it's virtual. This interface is emulated and then running on the USB port. Okay, running on the USB port. And then after this, then you can turn back. You can using the hyperterminal. Okay, use the terminal emulation software to connect to this virtual interface. Okay, virtual serial interface. And the connection parameters is the same. First, you need to specify the connection interface, serial interface. Okay, and then the parameters. And after that, then you can, of course, terminal windows will appear to you, and then you can press return to get the prompt. And then this is the command line interface. You can type in command to configure the device. Okay, this is another method. Okay, nowadays, USB, of course, USB is widely deployed, but the serial connections still is widely used nowadays. Okay, and then we got to the end of this chapter, and this is a summary. And there are two questions to think over. And that if an Ethernet broadcast has reached to which the destination is local, and what's the response of the gateway? That's the broadcast have reached the gateway. Then what will the gateway do? Okay, of course, when the gateway, one interface of the gateway connected to the Ethernet, then on this Ethernet network, this gateway just work as one host, just like one host. So when the broadcast is reaching this interface, then the gateway will receive and then will process it. Okay, and then what will the result? What is the result of process depend on this broadcast? For example, it's in the case of ARP. Then the ARP is sending a broadcast to resolve the destination IP address. Then if the destination IP address is not a gateway, then the gateway receive the broadcast and then analysis, and the destination is not me, then dropped. Okay, and if the destination just as the gateway's IP address, then the gateway will work just like the other host, while responding this ARP request and with the ARP reply, and then will serve this gateway's IP address to the MAC address of the gateway interface. Okay, sending back. Okay, of course, the gateway will not relay the broadcast. The broadcast is limited, is located only in one interface of the router of the gateway. That means in the gateway, in the router, one interface is one broadcast domain. Okay, separated the broadcast domain, the router. Okay, and then second questions: which version of VRP are currently supported by Huawei products? we have discussed the VRP. There are different versions, but nowadays we using version 5 and version 8. In version 5, what device running on version 5 and version 8 is depend on the device models. For the model, for the router, AR router, it's running version 5. And for the campus switch, X700, it's running version 8, version 5. And version 8, it's running on NE routers, and also running on data center switch, the CE switch, cloud engine switch. Okay,